Welcome back everyone, Zaf here. I'm sure everyone is wondering, should you go ahead and summon for Cha, or should you summon for Emma? Well, let me tell you what you should do. But first we're going to showcase Emma, detailing to you why she's one of the best units in this game right now. Let's go ahead and do the battlefield time, so I can show you just why Emma is so good. We're going to jump in, and I'll show you what makes Emma one of the best mobbers in this game right now. I'm going to run a very simple team for this round. You really don't need a team, you just need a mobber and a finisher, and I'll show you how that all works. So we're just going to hop in. Our goal is to get the #1 spot, so we're just going to hop in and start dashing and running as fast as we can towards the enemies. We're going to use her main mobbing skill, that being her Q, and boom, everyone is dead. We're going to dash out immediately. We're not going to wait for the animation to fully resolve. We're going to keep running and do the same thing, dashing when we can. Use your Q, defeat all the mobs, use one more dash, and boom bam, the enemy is defeated right away. The boss spawns in, and this is where we don't need Emma. We're just going to spawn in our main damage healer. Jinwoo is going to come in, basically one-shot the boss, and there we go. You saw how fast Emma just cleared all the enemies. Emma is the best mobber in this game right now. With such a simple unit, we got to the #1 ranking with ease. My Emma is only A1, she does not need to be maxed out to do this. Her capabilities as a mobber is amazing, that's one of the reasons why she's so good, and there's also even better reasons why you should use her. And real quick, don't forget to support us on their Marbles creator page. They give us some free rewards to give out to the viewers, and you also get free rewards for supporting, so make sure you do that. That way we can enjoy some resources from the Marble, since we know to grind out this game, we need a bunch of resources. Links to this will be in the comment and description box below. Now, jumping into her skill set, we'll be able to see just what makes her click. If we go to the preview section, we'll have a good display of all her skills. Her basic attack and her core attack are both very good. The core attack actually deals a ton of damage. It also applies a burn, 17.77% of HP every 3 seconds. Emma is an HP scaler, meaning all her skills will scale off her HP, not attack for example, which just makes her naturally tanky, being able to take more hits and also deal damage by doing so. So that makes her a great unit right off the bat. But what makes her even more amazing is that all her skills have break, her basic attacks have break, her core attack has break as well, all her skills medium break, heavy break, her support skill even provides break, medium break there, her QTE provides weak break, so we can see why she's just so good. Break on top of break and then more break. All her skills also deal a lot of damage. On top of providing medium break, they provide a very solid damage amount, again scaling of HP, and also having a damage increase when you do combat a burned enemy. So her skills work alongside each other, making them even better. Again, a 10% boost for having a burned enemy attack, and obviously this skill here specifically is very amazing, having a heavy break, and it's also a very large AoE attack, spreading all the way straight. This skill here will be your main mobbing skill. As I showed you earlier, it completely decimates any mob within sight. It has a very long range, probably one of the biggest ranges we have for an AoE skill. Fantastic for those time challenges. As you saw, we got first place with her, so that's why Emma is a treat to use. She is so fantastic in almost every avenue. She can tank, she can deal damage, she has AoE, and she does break. And did I mention she can break as well? I think I just did. So that's why Emma is so good. She also has airborne effects, and also has 2 skills that are very interesting to look at. When her support skill is used, it provides 2 additional effects, the heat absorption and the heat emission. The heat absorption basically is her defensive skill. It gives us a defense increase by 7%, and it also recovers our HP equal to 7% of their damage taken, and this is a 20-second duration, so a very solid skill. And on top of that, we have heat emission. It gives us a 7% defense penetration and a 7% damage increase for fire. Again, very good if you want to pop in Choi for example, or if you're using a weapon like the average one we have. Again, a solid choice for boosting your damage when it comes to fire, and it's very easy to land a skill. Once you do land it, it applies both of these effects, which makes it so easy to pull off, getting the defense pen, getting your own defense up, healing some HP, and also boosting your fire damage. Now with her QT skill, that's when you swap her in. You can see the usage conditions, extreme evasion, core attack, or ultimate skill. It deals weak break, but it also burns a target, dealing damage equal to 17.77% of the user's HP every 3 seconds, and that's a 30-second duration, so it's not bad at all. But her ultimate is what's very interesting. It has a very large damage multiplier, scaling off of HP as we mentioned earlier, and it's a very very heavy damage dealing skill that is AoE, so that makes it even better. It is fire elemental, of course, and when you have those two effects kicked in, the heat absorption and heat emission, she not only uses less of her power gauge, she also gets a damage increase to her skill, but with this you do lose a bit of damage, but the cooldown time is reduced by 50%, so overall this skill can be spammed quite easily. It'll deal a ton of damage, getting a 77.77% boost when you have the heat emission passive applied, so Emma is truly a damage dealer, a tank, a breaker, she does it all, there's really not anything she can't do. And taking a look at her passive details, it just covers some details about the heat absorption and heat emission, nothing too crazy there to cover, but she does have some stacking effects, such as when the user uses Burning Pride, it applies the heat absorption effect 10 times, so basically we can get stacks on stacks, having defense increases by 7% with 5 stacks, and also recovering HP at 10, and then having a shield which is very useful when you have 15 stacks applied, so a shield, a defense buff, HP recovery, she really does it all. Her heat emission skill is where things get interesting though, 5 stacks for 7% defense, 10 stacks for 7% fire damage, and at 15 stacks, this applies to your entire team, so a solid unit, and as she gets more dupes in, this is where things get juicy. Although her burn up skill right here provides a medium break, this amplifies it by much more. When you get her first dupe, the break damage of burn up gets increased by 77.77%, so although it is a medium break, it boosts that up probably in the heavy break category, and then as more dupes come in at her A2, increases break effects again by 10%, and also increases the damage dealt by 20% to break targets, and A3 is honestly very good. Heat absorption is applied to the whole team, 10% HP increase, which is always normal. The A4 is usually not the best here, but A5 is where our draws drop. She gets a 77.77% damage increase that is applied to the target, so when the target enters a break state, it resets the cooldown of all skills, meaning you use your ultimate, use all your skills, and then when they enter the break state, all of those get refreshed and their power gauges also get filled up, and this is all on top of the damage increase I mentioned earlier. So overall, getting dupes of Emma will never hurt. She'll just continue dealing more damage, having increased break effects, and applying her passives to her team, which is exactly what we want to see in a unit. But the issue is with the banners. Right now with Cha out, she is obviously your ideal. She has a bunch of events going on for her, and it doesn't help that you can already pull Emma from the custom draw, that being the special rated banner draw tickets. On Emma, when you can already summon for her, she's already one of our base units that we can get, so we don't really need a rated banner for her. Although it is harder to get her from the custom draw, it is only a 50% chance to get a unit from the raid up list, and then they have to compete to get pulled when you do get one from the raid up list, of course. So a 1 in 2 odds, and then another 1 in 4 odds, so not that great. But still, with these custom tickets, you want to use it on someone like Cha, a premium unit, although they get introduced to the custom draw banner eventually. We did see that with Choi. He was previously a rated banner hunter, but now he's here. But if you did notice, Silver Main Jinwoo is gone, but he hasn't yet been introduced to the rate up options. That's because it takes about a month for them to get introduced, so I believe once Cha is over, we'll have to wait until the next banner finishes, and then they'll be introducing the custom draw banners. But with Cha being here, you have to remember, there are a ton of events that are supporting her. We have the rate up celebration for Cha, you can get a copy of her weapon, and a bunch of other free rewards. That's why I recommend you summoning for her. She also has a dice event as well. As you make rounds, you'll get her weapon. I already have 1 copy and 1 dupe, and I'm already halfway to getting another crafted. If you were to summon for Emma instead, you would have to manually craft her weapon. There are no events supporting her. These events are strictly for Cha. That's one of the biggest reasons why I always suggest using the draw tickets towards the Reddit banner when they do have events applied for them. Silver Main Jinwoo did have his events, but they did expire. That's when Cha came in, so that's why when the new banners come in, you do not want to summon towards the old rate up hunters. The events will be over, and you're losing the main benefit from them. Getting their weapons is so important. It basically gives them the full package. It gives them these exclusive buffs here, and also provides the stats they scale off of. That's what makes these so important. You have to capitalize on these events. So overall, any unit from the custom draw ticket that comes out on the rated banners is not worth summoning for. Always go for those premium units that come upon the rated banners for the first time. Not any unit that we get on our custom draw banners. It is not worth it unless you're a whale, of course. If you're a free-to-play or a light spender, never do this. Always go for the main banners that come out. That way you can get the maximum value, just because these rate-up draw tickets are so hard to get. So yeah, hopefully that did help you out. Emma, again, is a fantastic unit, but she's just not worth our rate-up draw tickets. You have to go for Cha, all the event supporter, and she's just such a fantastic unit, dealing tons of damage and providing great buffs to our team, including that unrecoverable effect, which is so nice for that giant arachnid boss, and also the power of destruction. So yeah, that was it for today's video. If you enjoyed, drop a like, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment if you have any questions or concerns, and make sure you also support us on Marvel's creator page. You get free rewards and I can get free rewards to give out to you. This is Zaf signing out.